Today we're going to show you how to make a radio.
The cool thing is that you don't need a lot of parts to make a radio. In fact, the simplest crystal AM radios don't even need a battery.
That's crazy.
Yes, a long time ago, crystal radios were one of the only ways that people could listen in and hear what was going on in the world.
So that's what you used when you were growing up?
No, I'm not that old.
What do you think we will hear when we turn on a radio? Maybe some really old radio program.
Do you know what?
What?
It will be a surprise.
Right.
Now, the first thing we need to explain is about radio signals.
Radio waves are electromagnetic waves, just like visible light, but they have a longer wavelength. Sound can be sent from a transmitter to a receiver as an electromagnetic radio wave with a changing shape.
Since there are so many radio stations, we need a way to tune into just the one we want to listen to.
So, every AM radio station transmits a signal by combining the input sound waveform with a carrier wave that has a specific wavelength.
The AM radio has to process this combined signal by using a decoder to separate out the part of the signal that we actually want to listen to.
Sounds easy.
Well, it turns out that it actually isn't very complicated.
The standard crystal radio is a circuit with an antenna connected to something called an inductor, and also to another part called a capacitor. The inductor, in combination with the capacitor, can be tuned to different radio stations. The most commonly used decoder in a crystal radio is a germanium diode. And in the most simple crystal radios, you could connect a sensitive earpiece directly to the diode without any battery or other power source.
But that would not be very loud.
So for our radio, we connected the output from our crystal radio circuit to an audio amplifier so that it would be easier to hear.
Let's show them what we built.
Here's our crystal radio. You can see this inductor we made by winding insulated copper wire around an iron core. And we can tune the radio by sliding this iron core in and out of the coil. Here are the capacitors. This red wire is our antenna, and this black one needs to be connected to a good ground like a cold water pipe. This chip here is the amplifier, which is powered by this battery. And here is the earpiece we can use to listen to the radio.
Let's set it up.
So we need to hook up the ground wire to a good ground and then string up the antenna. Here, follow us.
All right, we got this set up now. You can run your ground cord to some cold water plumbing. That's usually a good ground. That's nice and safe. The antenna usually want to run somewhere up high so it can catch the signal out of the air. We've connected it to some metal pieces, but you don't want anything that's electrified, just different shapes of metal that might catch the signal. Experiment, see what works. And for your listening enjoyment, we've hooked up the earpiece to a microphone so that when we plug this in, you can hear it as well as us. Shall we try it, guys?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, here we go. We just got to give this circuit some power, and we will see what happens.
Is it something from a long time ago? No, just some radio from today happening around here.
Oh well, all that work for the local talk station.
Well,
But it works. That's the exciting thing.
We hope you'll join us again next month. See our website at geekpackhack.com for info on supplies and project guidance for adults. Please leave us a comment to let us know what you think, and send us your ideas for wacky hacks. If you enjoy our show, don't forget to subscribe and give us the thumbs up.